Hi, my name is Ramita. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another art vlog. Yeah, this week we're continuing to work on a painting that I'm going to be working on for the show that's coming up called Chaos Theory. It's like this wonderfully talented show that this another artist in Phoenix does. His name is Randy Slack. He like curates a bunch of artists in Phoenix that he really likes and puts together a show every year, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful and it's amazing. And I am one of the artists that he picked to show this year, which I did it one time last year and he asked me to do it again, so I'm doing it again. So yeah, so that's the whole reason why we're working on this painting. Yeah, last week we started on the underpainting, and I also went to a 21 Pilots concert and I had a really cool story about that because we had really amazing seats and stuff. So really check out that video if you're interested to see how like the beginning of this painting started, and especially if you love music and concerts and you got to see that really cool experience I was able to have. It was really cool. I can't I can't overhype it enough. But yeah, this week we're gonna continue working on it. It's right here in front of me. Look. Whoa, there it is. Spoiler alert, we're gonna be working on that painting this week. I don't know why it looks so small when I do it from like all the from this angle. It looks super tiny, but it is 30 by 20 inches. It's gonna be another classic cloudscape of like a wonderful sunset that I usually do. Is what I'm known for. I'm known for my really colorful cloudscapes, usually during sunsets or sunrises, where like the sun is at the perfect position and to make like these beautiful colors reflect in the clouds. So that's my whole thing. But yeah, so that's about it. Let me just like get back into painting. At the Vernon Bar Library one more time to fill up the thing with business cards. It's like every time I come in so frequently and all my business cards are always gone. I hope people aren't taking them just to take them. Like people are actually interested. I don't know if that's just me, but the library said I could leave these here, so we got another full stack. But we're nearing the end of the show, so I will not be back in time to refill it one more time. Probably be the last time I'll stay to visit. And by the way, all the small paintings except for these two are, I believe, sold by now, which is so cool. And yes, that does include the oval one over here. He's a small guy, but he's just over here but with everything else. But yeah, that's so neat. Okay, well, we gotta go now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christian.
I'll just do this a little bit. And a little slice of cake.
Nice. So if you saw my last big series of art vlogs, I think I did end up doing 4 in total to work on this big, beautiful cloudscape that I was really proud of. I said that I basically wanted to do that painting and make it so big so that I could use it to apply for this really big exhibition here happening in town. Well, I'm sad to say I did not get accepted to it, which is totally fine. I'm not that upset about it. I know that not every painting can be winners. Plus also, it's been quite a while since I've been rejected from an event that I can think of, at least like one that I was like really excited for. So I guess this rejection is here to keep me humble. And I very much love the painting that I ended up working on in the end. It was huge and it's beautiful. It's like a big rainbow with clouds. It's totally my thing. It's just like I put a lot of work into it. I had this goal and I didn't reach it. So I can't help but be like, gosh dang it, a little bit disappointed. Plus, I could have used it for chaos theory, which is like the whole reason I'm painting this painting right now that you're watching right now. So I could have saved some time, and I wouldn't have had to really cram in working on this painting for chaos theory, because while I was working on this painting for chaos theory, I was still waiting to see if I got accepted to that exhibition. And since I didn't know, obviously I couldn't send it to Chaos Theory and then it get accepted and I can't take it back, obviously. So I had to make a whole brand new painting, and that's what I'm working on right now. I just can't help but feel like, oh gosh dang it, I wouldn't have had to rush through this painting for Chaos Theory if I knew ahead of time. But it's whatever. I said I was going to do it and I'm doing it right now. And it's turning out really, really good. And hopefully one day the big, beautiful cloudscape that I worked on in the last 4 art vlogs will be accepted to something and get to be shown somewhere else, out in the world. Yeah, one could hope. Guys, look who's outside the apartment. It's me. I tested negative for COVID this morning. And the very first thing I'm gonna do is get boba. Got boba tea. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Yeah, this shows you my priorities. The very first thing I want to do when I'm given some freedom is get boba tea, obviously. Well, sadly, Christian's still sick. Or testing positive, I guess. Even though it's been a full week for him, That is so good. That is so, so good. Yeah, sad about Christian, but since I'm negative, that means I can leave the house if I don't get hit by another car first. But yeah, today is Saturday, which means that's been, I think this is day 12. This is day 12 of me being sick, fighting off this virus, which is so, so sad that it took 12 days for me to finally test negative. Because I would say that I think after day 5 or 6 or something, I basically felt more or less the same, just like a slightly runny nose, if anything. And then those last couple of these last couple of days before I finally tested negative, all I had to do was like blow my nose maybe like once or twice in the morning, like finally waking up, and I basically felt normal all day. So I was finally able to paint. But I think if you saw the footage of this last few times that I've painted, I really haven't painted all that much. Like, the amount of me painting is very different from when I was fully healthy and stuff. I don't know, Christian and I we keep cleaning the apartment, and I still get like a little tired and stuff because I am 9 months pregnant. I'm literally like so close to my due date. And I especially feel bad today because today is October 1st, which means that today was the day that I was supposed to take down my paintings from the Burnt and Barred Library, you know, my solo show, my baby, my child. But because I still was testing positive Thursday, which was 2 days before I was supposed to do it, I was like, okay, well, I let the library know, and I was like, hey, I'm still testing positive for COVID, even though I got it like a million years ago. And because I think they want to be extra careful, they did ask me to send someone else in my place, which normally I would send Christian, but because he's more sick than I am, I had to send in my wonderful cousin Rihanna. I'm so, so glad that she was free and available to do it for me this morning. I mean, luckily, all she really had to do was like load up the car with all the paintings and take them to my mom's house, which is not too far. It's just like the whole means of like contacting the library, telling them like, okay, my cousin Rihanna's gonna do it, blah, blah, blah. I said in my whole dedicated COVID video that I was like really worried about all the people that had like pre-ordered paintings, basically. They put the paintings on hold. I was supposed to give it to them at the end of the show, which I'm so glad I do that, by the way, where I ask for half payment to put paintings on hold, and then the rest of the payment when the people actually get their paintings like in person, as opposed to like asking for full payment before you even have the painting in front of you. I'm so glad I did that, because for instances like this where I get COVID and I'm not able to be there in person. But lucky for me, all the people who pre-ordered paintings were so, so nice, and they were so accommodating, and they were like, yeah, we can totally reschedule. So for most of them, I will be giving them their paintings next weekend, which, you know, now we know I'm completely, you know, COVID's out of me now, so that'll be totally fine. But there was one person that did want to have his painting today, so I had to like communicate between Rihanna and him, the whole situation and stuff like that. So I was over here like freaking out a little bit, but also of course I take a test and I'm negative. I took 2 tests actually, just by the way. That's just how confident I am that the virus is out of me. So yeah, I would say anything that's been like the worst part of getting sick with the coronavirus is having, I just feel really bad for everyone who's had to like do stuff for me because I'm like, I've been stuck at home, especially with like the solo show, because this is my job. My job is to do galleries and to show work and drop off paintings. That's literally like a whole part of my job. And so I had to basically ask my cousin to do my job for me today, which is just, it just feels so embarrassing. I just feel so bad. But I mean, I'm negative now. Everything should be fine. I should be able to go back to normal, and I can finish up this painting. And yeah, so everything should be okay. And I got my boba, so I can do anything now. yeah, last things last is just having Christian get the virus out of his system. But I mean, for me, it took 12 days for me to test negative, so we'll see how he does. But yeah, that's it. I just want to check in, finally give that update, because yeah, I felt like every time I updated in my coronavirus video, I was just like, hi, hopefully stuff will get better, and I'll finally test negative. Nope, and it never happened. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk about it to you guys until I do test negative, which is finally today, so thank goodness. Okay, well, I'm gonna continue to drive home and have this boba. On my cat Bailey. Spoiler alert, it's not a very positive or good one, so just to catch you up to speed, 6 weeks ago my husband saw our cat Bailey throw up a live parasitic worm in our apartment. After we took her to the vet, they gave us a month of dewormer medicine for both her and her brother cat Coffee, just in case he also has worms. And the vet said to give them the month of dewormer and then bring a sample of feces back to them to test for parasites to see if they were all dead, you know, because the dewormer kills the parasites and then their bodies have to pass it, you know. So the process to give the cats this dewormer medicine is a two-man job. The dewormer is this like white milky like liquid that we have to like squirt into their mouths like several days in a row, take a break, and then several days in a row, and then take a break. Christian holds the cat down while I get this like little like syringe with the dewormer medicine, and I just like grab their little face, their little cheeks, and I just like squirt in the medicine, and then boom, like, so yeah, a whole month of that. So cut to last week, if you saw, I got COVID, so I had to quarantine away from Christian, my husband, for like the whole time I was sick and he was not sick. So of course I got sick during what would have been the last round of dewormer medicine for the cats. And then Christian got sick with COVID several days after I did, so it just like prolonged the amount of time that both of us were sick. So it was like we kind of thought that maybe we should just hold off giving them that last bit of medicine until both of us were fine and we could do the process properly and return to the vet office with the feces to give them the sample, you know, because, you know, we were in quarantine, so neither of us could leave, you know, when we're sick and testing positive. But if you did watch my COVID video, I was sick and testing positive for it ended up being a lot longer than I would have originally thought that I would have been sick. Like, I think me myself was just sick for like 12 days straight, and I think Christian was sick and testing positive for, I think it ended up being like 14 or maybe 13. And of course, during this time, while both of him and I are sick and we're quarantined and not leaving the apartment, one of the cats did throw up another worm somewhere in the apartment. So it was like, oh, yes, that's good that the cats are purging the worms. That's what we want. We want their bodies to get rid of worms. But also, this was way later when we would want them to be completely done with worms. Like, all the worms be completely gone, and yet there's still, like, someone still threw up one. So cut to, Christian and I are feeling fine. We give the cats that last round dewormer. And then the following day, Christian gets like all the stuff from the litter boxes, puts it together in a bag. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna pick out the poop so that we can put it together, give it to the vets, you know, test it for parasites. So I put on some gloves. Don't worry, I was safe. And one of the poops had a little worm sticking out of it, like clear as day, no doubt about it. That was a worm sticking out of someone's little poop. So I was like, gosh dang it, they are still, like, their bodies are still purging these worms. So I had to call up the vet and be like, hi, it's been a month, it's been well over a month, it was like, I think we were like 2 weeks past by that point, and I was like, hi, I was supposed to bring in a sample of poop to see if they still had worms, but I'm looking at the poop right now and there's a worm sticking out of it. What do I do? And then they were like, oh, you know what, we're gonna give you another month of dewormer medicine, and can you please follow the rules this time and actually give it to them what the rules say. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I got sick. And it's like I'm pregnant. My husband got sick. And I was like, I'm so sorry. So we're in the process of giving them another month of dewormer medicine. Of course, they hate it. It's like so annoying for them. But hopefully this will finally kill the worms that surely both of them have. This also guarantees that both of the cats have to stay with us when the baby does come, because as you know, like, I'm gonna give birth very soon and we're gonna be staying at my parents' house for the time being, and it was all up in the air, like, oh, should we bring the cats with us or should we have someone take care of them? Well, now we have to still give them dewormer medicine for about a month, so that answers that question. They're coming with. so we get to bring our little kitties with us, which I'm not complaining about at all. I mean, I think I feel a lot safer knowing that they'll be with us, with the baby over at my parents' house, as opposed to having someone else take care of them for that long. But I can't help but feel like a failure. I failed my kitties, because those is another like terrible thing that happened because I got COVID, was that we couldn't give them the dewormer medicine properly, so their bodies couldn't fully get rid of the worms. That's too bad. But yeah, so that's the update. Yeah, not super positive, but at least their bodies are still purging worms, and I hope they feel better soon, honestly. Get done for this video. I know I did a lot of work on it yesterday, which I'm really proud of, but it's only really because I started feeling better, because I got COVID for several days. I am so behind on working on this painting, and like the moment I started feeling better, I was like, you know what, oh my gosh, I have to finish this painting in a few days so that it can like have a day to dry so I can hand it over to Chaos Theory. So I was like, oh my gosh, so it really settled in that I really had to like really work on this. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I stayed up really late last night working on it, and yeah, so it's like in a really good place right now, but I think that's where I'm going to end this video, and I'll finish it in the next one. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time. Wish me luck.